Well, hello there, it's Beards and Bangers, and today I'm bringing you a selection of the hill climbs, so the car's actually going up the hill at the start line. I didn't include that in my main video of KOP Hill because it would have made it too lengthy, so please enjoy, and don't forget to hit subscribe and like and all that stuff. Here's the video. Welcome to Beards and Bangers! So here we go, Edwardian cars first. So the first class is the Edwardian
so
stuff.
Things unfold here at
Proper vintage cars.
Never been here before. Each of the cars takes to the start line, and the Union Jack starts proceeding one as well. And the cars will file one by one. We have Ivan Dodson in the Peugeot. Waiting to just release our handbrake. Hello Ivan. Hello Ivan, how are you doing? Thumbs up, well done. And with a very nice monocle screen. Do you see that monocle screen on the fitted to the steering from 1912? Really carrying some of the motorsport technology that is still today. Drive front, it has double overhead cams and 4 valves in its cylinders. So real piece of technology from the start of the motor vehicle there. There's steam everywhere. Why is there steam, Wayne? Oh, it's a Stanley steamer. Hello, sir. How are you?
We've got a steam car, steam-powered car, Stanley steamer.
Like one of these noisy,
so what we're going to do, we're not going to watch every car going up the hill because it's there's a better place to go and look at the cars, and that's the paddock. So we'll watch a few of these Edwardians going up, and then we'll go and have a little wander around the paddock.
To dwarf the performance of this one. Okay, you're up. There we go. Well, of course, the investigations into alternative fuels is nothing new in motoring, and there's an example of it there with our wonderful Stanley 607 steam-powered vehicle from 1914. Not on coal, might I add, but powered, of course, by kerosene and later gas as well. Those cars being quite popular in the United States of America. And another American car here, Model T Ford Racer, outside exhaust pipe there, looking very meaningful actually. And a monocle screen. Do you see the monocle screen, gentlemen? Quite nice to have those on. Stop. Oh, you go a bit faster then, do you? Okay, but isn't it supposed to stop for a fly? Yeah, did you bring it back from America? No, it's a found in 2014.
Yeah, so just showing you the valves just moving up and down ever so slowly. Got a bit of a fuel leak there, I reckon, or coolant. Something's leaking out, but this is going to sound absolutely awesome when it goes uphill.
Let's have some cheering for Poppy. Come on, you can make it, Poppy.
And Buick then coming up to the line now. Very, very smart looking car. Brown and cream. Very nice combination actually. What do you think, Wayne?
I love this. It's the only car here I think so far that had to use furniture polish on the wheels. It's looking beautifully varnished there, like an antique piece of furniture, like an old sideboard. I love it very much. And of course, if you were very well-to-do in America in the end of the 1920s, this was the sort of car that you would be driving around in, probably going to see one of your many businesses. Do you have many businesses in America, sir?
No, I don't.
Just enjoy the car instead. Wonderful. What a way to travel. Look in the back here. Talk about VIP. That's lovely, that is. And love the two-tone colour scheme on that as well.
Are you suggesting it looked like a sideboard? Did I hear you say?
Yes. Look at the wheels. They spent hours on them. That's amazing. Look at it.
No. His lady wife spent hours cleaning those wheels. You could tell.
Hey, she doesn't. I can tell she doesn't do any of the cleaning. She tells him what to do.
There's a lady's hand to those wheels.
Lovely, beautiful cars here at KOP Hill. As we're heading ever closer towards our £1 million target, ladies and gentlemen, here raising money for charity, enjoying motoring history, not behind a velvet rope or in a museum, but moving.
Love to hear from you. I think that's his first time in KOP Hill, so he's very, very welcome.
Too familiar with sewing machines, but if I was, I'm sure I would. I think that was exactly smooth enough to be a sewing machine. Elvis SD 1250, Benjamin Sturgis at the wheel then. That car, as he says, from 1927. The special bodied Austin 7 that not only won races at Brooklands but also broke lap speed records as well.
I'll just have a quick word with our
Fraser Nash Super Sport now with this wonderful crew who are looking as glamorous as the car they are sat in. Introduce yourselves. Hello.
Maddie. Twinkle.
Oh, Twinkle, that's a great name, fantastic. What are we looking for at the top of this hill then? Do you reckon you're going to crack the 60 mile an hour?
I should hope not.
How often do you drive this car?
Not very often, every now and then. So.
You don't take it down the shops or down a nightclub or anything like that then?
No, unfortunately not.
You should. Down the McDonald's drive-through, I dare you.
Two ladies in the car. They're off to the local Coco Chanel shop. They've got their credit cards. They're off.
Fraser Nash Super Sport then, ladies and gentlemen, from 1927, with Twinkle navigating their way up to the top with Maddie at the wheel.
And a single-seater Amel car. What's the model, sir? Hello? What's the model? What's the model?
This is not a Riley Brooklands, it's an Amel car CGSS.
Who said it was a Riley Brooklands? My colleague?
That was what was put in the entry, but I swapped it at the last minute.
I see, right. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's an Amel car, not a Riley Brooklands. And that's going to mount the hill very, very easy indeed. And behind the Amel car, we've got a Bentley. You want to go and have a word with Bentley, man?
I'm just going slightly deaf here on the start line, but ladies and gentlemen, welcome this car to the run up KOP Hill, because this is a Bentley Speed 6. Now this is a particularly important car to talk about this year, as the Amel car makes a whole load of noise off the start line there. What a wonderful piece that is, and a brave driver, I have to say. Starting the whole Bentley boys era, and this is a fantastic example of how Bentley conquered the world via the world's motorsport circuits with their wonderful Bentley Speed 60.
And behind the hurling of them, we have a Morgan, a Jack engine Morgan by the looks of it, going very well, ticking over nicely. Nice original car, sir. Hello.
Hello.
Nice original car.
Yeah, it's a 19...
Austin 7 Opel, give him a big cheer.
And number 200, the Riley behind us, the Riley Brooklands.
He's looking
So back down by the start line now, so we've got some slightly later cars, I think, so 1930s.
Car overheated, it's me.
It's all part of the feel though.
You'll see this Wolseley Hornet.
Off you go, Wolseley Hornet special, everyone, on the hill here at KOP Hill Drive for 2023. And they're local Fraser Nash BMW now. And of course Fraser Nash was seen throughout the course of proceedings this morning. Very favourable sports cars during the 1920s, did well at race circuits. By the time the 1930s dawned, of course, Fraser Nash were importers and kind of coach builders for BMW from Germany. The business had been saved, had investment in it by that point, and this was what Fraser Nash were doing with themselves. And of course, we all know the legacy that they leave behind with BMW's inroads into the rest of the European car market in the post-war era, but it all started in the 1930s with this example here.
Yeah, this is a 315. And yeah.
BMW Fraser Nash now.
Sorry, you've got it, I've been told you've got it
Built in Germany for the UK market.
Morgan, from the black
Now BSA.
BSA heading up the hill as we head slightly more west now to the Malvern Hills and the Morgan.
What is this? This is a...
Off we go with the Morgan.
BMW.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a BMW built in Germany.
BMW's away now.
William Hayes and his team, who were the engineers that Sir William Lynd had recruited in just before the wartime, to develop the new engine.
Now this next car I'm looking forward to seeing, because this is the XK120.
By the time
Beautiful in its British racing green colour, competing with the commentator again.
First motor show to happen after. Wow!
Here comes the Citroen. Here we go, left-hand drive.
Citroen heading up the hill there, and I always love to see weird and wacky cars with weird and wacky drivers.
Very, very attractive vehicle. This looks like another BMW about to make the climb.
Isn't it beautiful?
Here we go.
Actually, the lovely line from that car. The start of the dispatch, you see how the rear wheels are covered in.
That 2 litre straight 6 just sounds absolutely glorious going up the hill. They're going quite quick actually. I think they've obviously got most of the cars making it to the top of the hill because they're letting them off pretty quick.
Fresh from Goodwood, on patrol of course. And
now this is
this car's normal job?
Well, it was built by Sir Malcolm Campbell as the team
Mercury of some description called George Formby. We've got George Formby written on the roof. He's about to go.
Wonderful man, George Formby, who entertained 750,000 troops.
Here he goes.
By George Formby, everyone. That deserves a round of applause. There we are, and I'm not going to sing When I'm Cleaning Windows.
The car was owned by George Formby when he was entertaining troops in North Africa. So that's why it's in the military get up.
Brian did all the panel work, I know, at his workshop, and looking very, very smart indeed. I have to say, Brian, it's star of the show. Thank you very much. And it sounds very good as well. It's a good car to drive.
Yeah, it's lovely to drive.
So what's under the bonnet?
It's a
Riley powered car.
The Bluebird record car as well. Riley Sprite underneath with that 4-ton.
Now we've got some various two-wheeled vehicles.
On 2 wheels.
So I shall pause here because I don't know enough about these. So back onto cars now, and the first up the hill after the motorbikes is a Healy Elliott with a body built by Westland, and that sounds lovely.
After the Second World War, well before the Austin Healy sports cars that we know and love.
Now this looks very special, what's coming up behind.
This though, as we head towards the improving the Sunbeam Talbot.
There goes the Sunbeam Talbot. Beautiful gold, white gold colour.
An HRG here, and the HRG club is a very, very enthusiastic and very active club, I do know, and I do know Ian Dussick. I do know Ian Dussick, do you? He writes some music, I think, doesn't he, or something?
He does.
What's your name, madam?
Helen Frost, but my mother was Nancy Mitchell, so she rallied all this.
Oh, right, okay, so you've got heritage. Heritage. Oh, right, okay. And when just started the car again, did it stall? Okay. And what's your heritage, sir?
To be careful these days. 1.5 litre HRG. And back to the Bentleys now, look at this. You can see when you see a car like this.
That was an HRG, now we've got a big Bentley. Look at that.
The flying lorries, can't you? Because they were huge, but very successful they were too. Both
loaded up, they've got 4, maybe 5 people in there, can't quite see.
Cars, and that they were, of course, winning the Le Mans 24 Hours in 1929 and 1930.
The wheels on that car.
Took it for what, let's be honest,
almost as tall as that guy's leg.
And we started that tradition, didn't we, with cars like this?
Absolutely. So we continue.
So do you channel your inner Bentley boy when you're driving this?
Yeah, that's right.
We find out from each other.
Excellent. The flag is about to drop for you.
Let's hear this Bentley.
WO Bentley's like that at events like Brooklands and others.
You like Jaguars, Wayne, C-Type Jaguar here. It's a replica, but it looks the part.
There's a lot of money at the start line now, but C-Type Jaguar, absolutely beautiful.
1951 was the first time that a Jaguar C-Type won at Le Mans with Peter Walker, Peter Whitehead driving the car. 1952 they returned to Le Mans with a slightly different front end, and it all went terribly wrong when they all overheated and an engine broke.
Here he goes.
1953 they were back with Duncan Hamilton and Tony Roll Jaguar. And that really was the racing car that was born out of that XK120.
Definitely getting quicker.
Earlier on, launched in 1942 seconds.
Sunbeam Talbot 90. Not quite made it off the line yet. Here we go.
Where in its 1952 Rally Monte Carlo claimed, because of course they were such successful rally cars in period. The Sunbeam Talbots. This is a buckler. Very special car.
We just heard the commentator call that a buckler.
Well.
So we'll see what this sounds like. Could be interesting. Never know.
And I also noticed he's no stranger to hill climbs here because he's got the Oran Villas sticker, which is a very car to
Here we go.
Here, though, the very rare and unique buckler on the Top Hill for 2023 as another Morris Minor joins us. But it's a Morris Minor like no other.
Now this Morris Minor, it looks slightly modified.
I used to have a traveller version of one of these.
So Morris Minor with a 4-litre Buick.
The D-Type replaced it with this far more streamlined shell.
That's fun.
In
1955.
And now we've got one of my favourite cars, a D-type Jaguar with that lovely wing or fin behind the driver. This should sound really good, but also should fly off the hill. So we'll see what it sounds like in a moment.
Right into the 1960s and the arrival of the E-Type and the Kyriakos, of course, Scottish-based racing team with work support who took
the red flag is up. The red flag is up. So
another Kyriakos C-Type.
Nothing too serious has happened.
Behind.
Let's listen to this. Sounds amazing. The Tajeros of those sounds even better, but another Jaguar C-Type about to go on the hill now, so hopefully this is going to hear, you're going to hear it and it's going to sound lovely.
Just the development of their aerodynamic capabilities, and by the time the D-Types came along they had
another Jag
all round. This another of the XK Jaguars here. The follow-on, of course, to the XK120, ladies and gentlemen. This followed the XK140 towards the middle part of the 1950s. The XK120 got a little bit bigger by this point. The option of this wonderful coupe body as well.
I thought we were going, we're not.
That XK engine, but now a wonderful
door wasn't shut.
That states that they are Jaguar Le Mans winners.
Oh yeah.
1953. These were the people they were trying to beat, because immediately post-war, Le Mans was
Ferrari.
Coming up now, and
Lovely raspy exhaust.
gunmetal grey, and
of course,
here comes the Jag.
From 1950, but this, the start of a huge race, Jaguar will eventually take the racing at Le Mans. 75
Didn't that
years
sound
ago this year, the
absolutely
launch
superb?
of the
And I love this car behind. This is a Citroen.
a Citroen now. We've now turned to France.
They were very keen on keeping their number plates clean on this car, because they put it behind a little window.
And the Turner, quite a rare car.
I do wish the commentator wouldn't talk when cars are pulling off the line.
Do you know how many Turners survived, son?
About 300, I think.
300. That's not too many, though, is it?
With the season D-Types, we then went a little bit further forward into the XK140, and this is the next in that series, the XK150, of course. And the 150S denoting that it had the slightly more fruity engine. Of course, this was the most desirable of all of the XK150s, in my opinion. Usually collects good money at the auction, but effectively underneath the bonnet of that XK150 is the engine from that Le Mans C-Type that we saw along earlier. But of course, the XK, by this point, getting into a larger, more
now something a little more sedate
kind of body style. Bristol ACAs joining us.
Now this AC should sound nice, I think. The smell here, I wish I could describe it. Well, I can. It's burnt petrol, and it's a lovely smell.
Here in the UK, shipped across to Shelby in
I've got a feeling Sadiq Khan is not here today.
That was, of course, the Cobra, but this, the very special AC Ace Bristol, a very unique car, and lovely to have it here with us here at KOP Hill, and well campaigned by the looks of it as well, as the flag is about to drop on it. Very rare car and very lovely.
Sounds like the Morgan three-wheeler that's broken down is now starting again, so he's going to be able to maybe get up the hill.
Just with one or two adjustments. Ready for the start line.
So let's hear the Morgan.
Straight off, there he goes.
Now this looks tasty.
Freshly aged.
Yeah, the Nota had a bit of a delay. The Morgan three-wheeler didn't make it up the hill, but here goes the Nota.
freezers.
And this Barclay is absolutely lovely. Look at it. Beautiful little thing.
Wonderful. And another small-scale car manufacturer here, Fairthorpe. Now, there's some Fairthorpes that are Triumphs underneath.
So the Fairthorpe Zeta, it's got a 2.5 litre Ford straight six.
I know this couple very well. This is so weird and ironic that you turn
And
up
it
just
sounds
something
lovely.
about to it, but,
So leap forward, very modern car now, Jaguar XK.
Jaguar XKR.
And talking about £1 million, Wayne, this is the Million Minor.
Lilac Morris Minor. Different nice sound there, so rather than a grunty engine we've got an A-series gearbox whining away, which is lovely.
Wasn't a popular colour.
We've got some kind of...
Something or other. What is it, Wayne?
Very special car. This is a Sunbeam Harrington Le Mans.
Sunbeam Harrington.
Put these wonderful GRP-based roofs onto the Sunbeams. Also responsible for a very rare Triumph as well.
Here goes the Sunbeam. Here he goes.
That coach building company is still very much with us.
Another Turner coming to the start line.
I think I saw this Turner at Cheersley last week, and he's going to go straight off, which is good. Oh, that sounds nice. Oh, lovely.
About half an hour slower than we would normally be.
Got his GoPro sticking out of it on a stick. And this looks like a Lotus to me.
Body on this as well. This looks very different to most Lotus sedans that you'll see. It's called the Shapecraft Coupe, and just gives
I'm very much looking forward to that. You can see the car behind it is a Mini Cooper S, so we're going to hear that in a sec. Oh, lovely.
There it is, with roll cage, as they usually have, and looking very smart, ready for rallying, ready for the off.
Here's the Cooper.
And at this point, I do think it's worth just having a big round of applause for a very special personality that was a patron of this event. Those on the Monte Carlo round to great effect, taking the win. Put your hands together for the memory, please, of Paddy Hopkirk. Make a big noise.
And the next one, ladies and gentlemen. And quick word with you. Hello, sir. Hi there. And how long have you had this car?
Of course.
Twitchy, the
yes, I know what you're
Lotus
thinking.
as it went off the line.
That made those Robins. It is. They made all sorts of different cars. This, the Sabre 6 being their most.
They're more modern cars. We're getting through a bit quicker now. Was a Reliant, a little bit different to the Reliant Robin, and another Jag.
Took the win in 1951 and 1953. And there's a very famous story about the 1953 win that Duncan Hamilton
Jag's about to go.
Had been disqualified, and due to a hit the bar to go and have a few beers to drown their sorrows, later to find out that Lofty England had all of a sudden got them back in the race, and to drag them out the bar. I am since told that that story is just a myth, but the story goes that Duncan Hamilton had to have Irish coffees for the entire race. It's a nice story, even if it might not be strictly
Now we've got something large and American.
Up the hill now. He'll have no trouble down to the top. Lafayette.
A Lafayette.
Who wants to make some noise with this car? Do you want to
Here we go.
A little bit more tame than I was expecting. Usually it burns them up a bit.
This is an AC electric. So, has it got an electric motor in it, do you think? No, surely not. But an AC electric 289 copper, I'm told.
Well, that is what it is. When they eventually put that
sounds amazing, that's lovely.
With Carol Shelby.
This looks Italian.
Who would have been 100 this year. Got hold of the AC8 and turned it into that famous muscle car. This though, the Italians of course are a wonderful Lancia brand. Beautiful cars, wonderful styling.
This is a Unipower. Now that's an unusual car.
love a good Uni-Power GT. Look at that. That's wonderful,
Now,
that is.
would you call this a microcar?
Kind of. Well, I think, am I right in saying it's got a mini engine underneath? Yes. A mini engine and a very small scale manufacturer one.
That's right, there was 72 built between 66 and 70. This is the first one.
The first ever Uni-Power GT. And it's here with us, ladies and gentlemen, KOP Hill. That is where it started. And I say, based on Mini.
1 litre A-series engine in that Uni-Power GT.
And with more modern wheels than it would normally have.
Austin Healey Sprite.
No, not originally, no? Yeah, it did originally, yeah. I think you're about to go, off you go.
Built at Abingdon in Oxfordshire. Of course, it was the Austin Healey Sprite the later version to the MG Mitch's
Missing a little bit as he pulled off the line there, it's a shame.
But now, of course, it's time
And
to
now an
grab
Aston
Timothy
Martin.
Dalton impersonation. It is the Aston Martin DBS here on the start line. Not quite the one that Timothy Dalton had in the film, but something even better than that.
Here he goes.
The Vantage as it takes off from the start
Hopefully.
line in just a second here is the first of our, second actually of our Aston Martins this morning. The other one being from the 1930s. And now,
Quite a sedate exit there.
This on the start line. Peter, can we, without talking
And then
about
a
Jim
Lotus.
No, we can't, and this is a... well, you're going to tell me what it is.
A Lotus Consul.
Console and
Lotus Consul.
And this is the one with the aluminium bonnet?
They've
got an aluminium bonnet.
yes, please.
Okay, well done.
He's about to go. Here we go.
Jim Clark, of course, the famous Scottish racing driver, by cocking his wheel at the very first of what would become the British Touring Car Championship Series, of course.
And now another Cooper.
Made him famous, as did his Formula 1 victories before his untimely death, of course. And this Mini Cooper S, representing the little British cars that took on the Italians in the Alpine rallies of the 1960s.
And Mercedes 190 or
280 SL?
No, it's a 280 Pagoda, left-hand drive, so it's off now. It's off, up the hill.
It's very pretty.
And another DBS.
Missing a bit as well. I'm wondering if some of these cars are suffering from vaporisation because it's pretty warm today.
Yes, it is, yeah.
And do you enjoy driving?
I love driving, yeah. This is probably about...
I didn't see these in the paddocks. I don't know if these have arrived since I did my little walk round first thing this morning.
Best of luck, thank you for coming.
But here we go, another Aston DBS.
That's over from Buckinghamshire. It's forward to Aston Martin DBS. 1970 that car was built, and this the 2002 2002, call it what you like, the BMW TII was really part of the first tranche of sporting saloons that became
I love these.
on the market
2002 TII, beautiful.
It worried the Brits a great deal when that arrived on our shores, so much so that trying to hear
This is fun.
With very,
This is
very
fun.
lovely deep carpets, I have to say, and a wonderful quilted headlining. Check out the noise. Trying to talk about that, it can't be heard. Okay.
Original colour ones and things. Oh, I love the dice in the background. Hello.
Makes it go faster.
Makes it go faster, does it? How long do you have the car?
About 22 years.
Long time, 22 years. Off you go. Well done.
American derived V8 engine, and onto the quirky cars now. Look at this wonderful example of a Saab from 1973. That wonderful wedge shape that was just starting.
Saab's quite unusual.
Come into
Yeah, look at this.
And this very special De Tomaso Pantera, of course.
You just heard that De Tomaso
American,
Pantera.
Chevy V8, 5.7 litres.
Great big American muscle car.
Very famously, when they launched the De Tomaso Pantera, was gifted one to Jackie Stewart, who drove it very proudly around the lanes of Scotland. One of the most impressive sounding cars as the big 5.7 Pantera, Italian origin,
That's
of
quick.
course, up the hill here in KOP Hill. And sticking with Italy, this wonderful Lancia
quickest thing we've seen today. Absolutely splendid. Suddenly got very noisy here.
Redneck love machine. That has to have a story to it. Hello, boys. Hello. Hello. What are your names? Bertie. And hello, sir. What's your name? Well done. Off we go. American muscle cars.
Lovely Pontiac Trans Am, and then we've got an Escort Mark 4, I think.
Join us for a totally different vibe entirely from the boy racer era of the Ford badge. Hello there, there's David Mains behind the wheel. How are you, David?
Good, how are you? Very good. Yeah, right, for a change.
Of course, David used to organise the runs here. Now he's a
Right, so we shall leave it there for a moment.
You can actually relax.
So we've now got the little MG parade. This is the one we looked at earlier, so with the custom, the replacement body.
Quite been known as MGs up until the late 1920s.
I've heard this guy saying this speech before, because of course he was the same commentator at Silverstone with the MG 100 up there.
Start building cars.
We've got lots of MGs.
Building incredible racing cars. The MG K3 in particular being really successful.
On the other hill, so
exactly
some
90
very,
years
very
ago
early
this
stuff
year.
here.
An example of one of those many specials here that you see on the start line now, racing at events like Brooklands, and quite often MGs would have been delivered to their customers in the paddock of a particular race at Brooklands, and it was cars like this, the K3s and others, that really made MG's name in motorsport during the 1930s. They are what we call the Triple M cars now, which of course stands for Magnet, Midget. That would create a market not just for MG but for everyone. This very good example of early 1950s TD, taking us right the way through to the end of the 1950s when a T-Series car arrived at Le Mans with
that
the
T-Series is very sprightly, but now we've got the beautiful
special
MGAs, 3 of them in fact.
It would eventually become the
Here we go again, Red Fab Blake, MGAs up the hill.
What to do with all the adrenaline they had left over?
Yeah, I think it was, you know, there was a huge sense of camaraderie at Brooklands and that racing set. And also they could deal with the stress, I think. I think that's the best way of putting it. I used to be in the army myself, and things like that. And I don't really think they went looking for it, but when
now we've got this lovely duck egg blue MGA twin cam. They're letting them go pretty rapidly.
Richard Noble reviewed the book. He just thinks Ollie Gardner was one of the bravest people he ever
Definitely
heard.
raspier, rortier car
I think
with
that
twin
sums up the story of
and
MG in many
MGC.
ways, because there are so many amazing personalities and characters attached to the brand. You've heard about one there, the land speed record man Goldie Gardner. There were others at MG who brought along things like the MGA and the MGA Special that derived from the T-Series cars. And of course that wonderful period during the 1930s for MG with the Magna, the Magnet and the Midgets, those wonderful cars that really epitomised their sporting prowess and made MG a household name for sports cars.
Red
as the
TR6,
years
can't beat it.
continued.
Beautiful.
Also very much proven in trialling as well, with the J-types, J2s in particular going and doing trials like the Land's End and Exeter trials during the mid-1930s.
This is the last of the MG
What they called the cream cracker
parade.
cars.
So this little blue
They were so called because of their
early
brown,
T-type, and he's about to go.
livery. And MG, of course, still very much a brand in existence today. They went through the 1990s with the MGF, really on the back of the success that the MX.
So thank you for watching. Coming up on Beards and Bangers, we've got the flipping or the improving and then selling of the Rover 75 Miranda, and we've also got some stuff on Penny coming up as well. And yeah, it should be an exciting autumn, and thank you for watching. It's greatly appreciated. Your support in comments, etc. is fantastic. The car community is fantastic. I'll see you again very soon on the next episode. Goodbye.